So, in case you haven't seen it, the video that's currently playing on the screen is of a young lady who is now a former flight attendant for Alaskan Airlines. And the reason why she lost her job is because she posted this video on her TikTok account. And it took her job a couple of months to find out about the video, but once they did, they decided to terminate her employment. So the headline for this one reads, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" And to be honest with you, nothing. In the parking lot before you come in the building, or at your house before you leave out to come to work. But I guess people still haven't learned that inside your job is probably not the right place for you to be doing this. A flight attendant claiming she was wrongfully fired for posting a TikTok of her twerking in the aisles of an empty plane has now launched a GoFundMe. Nell Diala lost her dream job as a flight attendant at Alaskan Airlines after she posted a lighthearted video on her personal social media account during a layover. The TikTok, posted in late November and pinned to the top of her profile, features her dancing to the song Ghetto at the back of an empty airplane. The caption reads, "Can't even be yourself anymore without the world being so sensitive. What's wrong with a little twerk before work? People act like they never did that before." The harmless video was filmed 6 a.m. one day while waiting 2 hours for pilots, she wrote. "I was also celebrating the end of probation and making it out of a hard upbringing in San Francisco, California." She went on to say that, "I explained that the video wasn't intended to harm anyone or the company, but they didn't want to listen. Without warning, they terminated me. No discussion, no chance to defend myself, and no chance for a thorough or proper investigation." She was terminated after working at the airline for more than 6 months. Now, me personally, I don't really have a problem with twerking. It kind of just is what it is. The market might be a little bit oversaturated with it, but you could always control that by just turning the channel and focusing on something else. But when it comes to workplace situations like this, I know the immediate reaction that people have is that you probably should have known better and your job is not the right environment for you to be dancing like this. But in the process of me making this video, I found a lot of different videos of a lot of people, of a lot of women who are flight attendants making TikTok videos while they were still in their uniform. And so, like with any TikTok video, most of them are lighthearted, and the kind of dances that they're doing are more on the conservative side of things. So it's a lot harder for people to be complaining just because you're dancing. I even saw one video where the flight attendant was like twerking in the parking lot, and even though she's in her uniform, it's not necessarily a direct representation of the company. Sometimes I don't think it's always a matter of what you do, but how you do it. So it's not that she was twerking, and it's not that she was dancing on the airplane, and it's not that she was in her uniform. It's that she decided to twerk on the plane while in her uniform. So if you isolate any of those things, it's not necessarily a problem. That's why when you see flight attendants making these TikTok videos, I don't believe all of these women lost their job just because they made a dance video. But you got to realize that when it comes to twerking, twerking is done in a way where it's either celebratory or it's derogatory. And I'm assuming the way that Alaskan Airlines took it was that you were wagging your ass at the company and not just celebrating getting off your probation period and coming out of the hard upbringing that you have been through. And so even though she might have thought to herself, this is a lighthearted video and it's not going to harm anything, you have to realize that a lot of the companies out there have people who are full of conservative values, and they may not always agree with everything that they see online, which is one of the reasons why people tell you that when you work in a professional capacity, you always have to be conscious of what it is that you post on your social media, because you never know who's looking and the type of reaction that they may have. And then when it comes to something like this, you give the company grounds to terminate your employment, because regardless of how we feel about twerking as a culture and as a community, the majority of the world at large just looks at it like you shaking your ass, and shaking your ass at work is still not viewed as appropriate behavior by the majority of companies that are out there. Now, with that said, if she had worked for Spirit or Frontier Airline, I don't think anybody would have said anything about this. But that's it for this video. As always, make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get the alert when future content is posted. I'm your man D Cannon. This is the Dust Up, and I'm out.